Hello, Varak and Aridia. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine. How are you?
Good.
Good afternoon, Bante.
Yes. Good afternoon. Aridia, you're in Mumbai. Is that right?
No, Bante, I'm in Bangalore.
Oh, Bangalore. Okay.
Yes.
Where is Bangalore at?
Is in southern India.
Oh, far away from Mumbai?
It's 1,000 kilometers ride. Yeah, you
That's
can
very
do it
far.
in 14. Yeah,
Mhm.
you can do it in 14 hours. Yeah, I've done it a couple of times, and yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I look forward to when I'll be able to spend some more time in India. India, very, very special place, and I stayed there for I stayed there for about 4 months or so. um, but it was just mostly in rural area up in Uttar Pradesh. I think Uttar Pradesh, near
It's
Lucknow,
far. Yeah.
nearby Lucknow.
Oh, it's around 2,000 kilometers from here where I stay.
Hmm. Okay, welcome Karan and Anna and Angara. Oh, hello
Hello,
Katal.
everyone.
Yeah, Katal over on YouTube. Was that you, Anna?
Yeah.
Okay. How,
Hello.
how's everything going over there?
Um, well, I hope today to be a good day, and yesterday also was better. The day before was hard.
Mm.
I made some mistakes, but um, nothing too complicated.
Yeah, that's
Everything is going to be fine.
that's how we're learning, right? By making mistakes.
Yeah, I'm supposed. It's just um, I'm observing the situation and trying to understand why did I react like that.
Good. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, thank you.
You might not, when we do that, we might not really find an answer, but we're kind of bringing some introspection and some sincerity to how we acted in that situation. So we really look closely at it, and I think just that's helpful. Why did I say that? Why did I act like that? Um, might not find an answer, but at least we can look at it.
Bit by bit.
Yeah. Okay, Jack, I see your message. You're doing well, and your back is recovering. That's great. Um, yeah, back problems definitely can happen. Back problems can happen. The whole body is one big problem. At the end of the day, that's where we're headed. The whole body is a problem, and we'll have to let it go. We'll have one way or another. Um, we'll have to put the body down. So we're fortunate to be able to do that when we're awake and healthy. Um, relatively, if we can show up here and we can practice, then the body is relatively healthy. And hello, Nikki. So just put out, make an announcement that we'll get started in a moment. Today we're going to do more silent meditation. So I'll go over that a little bit more after I make this announcement. Hello, California Dreamer, over on YouTube. Welcome, Jacob, just in time. Glad that you're here, Jacob. Start in just a moment. Welcome, Jen Guinevere. So it's time for all of us to get comfortable, to find the meditation position. Today we'll be having more of a silent meditation, which, strangely enough, tends to be more advanced. It means it's a more advanced meditation. It's difficult to sit down for a moment, right? Let alone 5 minutes, let alone 10 minutes. So when we don't have a guidance, when we are kind of practicing alone together and we're really emphasizing that silence in our own personal practice, there's a level of difficulty that's there. And that's okay. As meditators, as practitioners, we really want to be in a position to work with that difficulty. to work with the habit of our mind to give up, to go to entertainment or to run away from a difficult situation. So we're gathered together as a community, all of us having the same intention, which is to practice, to train the mind, to see our nature, to look into truth. In doing that, we use a meditation method. So at this moment, please bring to your mind what your meditation method is. Also bring to your mind your motivation, right? Why do you want to meditate? Why do you want to practice? Why are you here? Finding our meditation position. Taking a few deep breaths to get comfortable, to get settled. And as we hear the sound of the bell, beginning our meditation practice together. So the meditation will begin and end with the sound of the bell. In between that time, after the bell is invited and after the bell invites us to end, or before that happens, if you have a lot of great difficulty, because we'll be sitting more in silence and a little bit longer period of time, if you have a lot of difficulty, stay with your meditation method, but try to stand up, try to stretch. Okay, so if you notice that, you feel, wow, I'm really having a lot of difficulty, I need to give up, or I need to go do something else, don't quite do that. Try to really adjust your position. You can even do some walking meditation or some slow yoga, slow moving yoga during this period of time as a part of your meditation. And stay with that meditation method, perhaps following the breath, focusing on the breath as it flows in and flows out. And if you encounter a lot of difficulty, don't give up completely. Just try to stretch or lay down or stand up and continue your practice that way. When you feel comfortable, you can once again sit down and continue. All right, so we will invite the bell and begin our meditation practice together. Just breathing and being aware. So we can begin to slowly move our body to stretch. Would anyone like to ask a question or share anything about their experience?
I just have one thing I'd like to share. There's always been kind of mental image that comes to me, especially recent sessions of like, some knots you can just pull them apart and it becomes a straight rope. And that's come up either I'm mentally thinking it or I'm feeling it, or it's hard to distinguish between the two.
You might want to
But
slow down there,
I'm kind of feeling
Karin.
like
It's a little bit
sometimes
difficult to
the
hear
rope is
you.
just sometimes straightening out all those knots, all those things, maybe the analogies make with tangle up and things, I feel that knot essentially just straighten out and it's just a straight rope and it's such a beautiful, liberating feeling. So very grateful to start doing that. Thank you.
Karin, I couldn't make out a lot of that. It was a little bit too quick for me. So maybe you could try to say that again.
Hmm.
Can you hear me, Karan? Quran, are you there? Okay, Quran may be having some technical difficulties at this moment. Anyone else like to ask a question or share?
I do have a question.
Okay, Varak.
So when you're meditating, is it right to say something in your mind as you breathe in and out? Because I find that it can help me get back to the moment when my mind is starting to think about things. I find that when I say, for example, breathe in and breathe out in my mind while I do it, it kind of helps me, but my mind isn't silent. I mean, is that something that I should do, or I should?
That's okay. What's important is to pick a simple phrase and repeat that, okay? Or to pick counting the breath and repeat that. So you can even say with your, your thought, with your internal voice, breathing in, breathing out. You can say Budo, Bu, Do, Bu, Do. But your practice here, when that happens, and that's going to happen, that's going to continue happening, what you describe, is to refresh and restart, to begin again. And that's the practice. And so whatever helps you to do that, to get back on that track of beginning again, of restarting, refreshing, to practice your meditation method, then try that. Okay, do that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Karan, are you back? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you disconnected here now.
Okay, yeah, maybe you can say what you said before again. It was I wasn't
Oh.
able to make that out.
Sure, no worries. Yeah, just in recent sessions I've had with you, really, there's always been. I always come to this place. I have a mental image of, especially when you use a metaphor of like being entangled in things. I have an idea of like some knots. You can untangle them by just pulling both ends, and that knot just becomes a straight rope. And that I either I think it or I feel it here in my heart chakra, and like that feeling is so liberating in a sense. So I'm just kind of very grateful. Maybe it is a crutch in a way because I'm still depending on a thought, but it's something that arises naturally rather than me thinking. I just notice that feeling of everything just becomes that one straight rope, not entangled, all that stuff. So I'm just really grateful to be feeling that, I guess, and hearing that. I guess, yeah.
Yeah. So that sounds fine.
Wow, this is really fucking up.
Refreshing and restarting at this moment. So part of our practice actually is that
That is so interesting.
a part of our practice actually is that we are not hanging on to the experiences that we have in meditation.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's good for nothing. So we practice diligently at that time of our practice, and then we put down, we let go, we detach from whatever experience we had in our meditation. We don't try to hold on to it. We don't, carry it around with us. We practice to put it down and to let go. The only thing that we can hang on to, or that we should continue to connect with in our meditation practice after we're done, is the meditation method. Keep applying the meditation method. Keep returning to this refresh, this restart, this beginning again with your meditation method. But those experiences that you have, you don't need to be too concerned about holding on to them or, giving them a lot of weight. If they have a lot of weight, you aren't involved with them. That's why they have weight. So any sense of you kind of getting a hold of, wow, I had this experience in meditation, I think I'm really starting to get it. Just don't hang on to that. Don't worry about that too much. Okay, it's just another experience. It's going to come up, it's going to go away. Keep refreshing and restarting at this moment. And you don't need to try and hang on to those benefits from meditation. No, that's their benefits. You don't have to perpetuate them. It's just something that comes naturally from your practice. Okay, anyone else?
But there's a lot of daydreaming going on. Like I was barely 5 times on my route. I was floating. I can count on my fingers when like I was concentrating on my breath. It was a lot of daydreaming.
It's good. It's great. It's wonderful. Okay, this is the practice. This is the practice. We all want to go from Krillin to Super Saiyan God. I don't know if you're familiar with Dragon Ball Z. We want to go to, we want to go from being a kind of regular, ordinary human being, regular person, to being Shiva, right? That's how we are. That's our ego. That's our selfishness, right? So anything that doesn't take us from being a normal person to being the God of the universe and growing 8 arms out of our back is going to disappoint us, right? We're going to be dissatisfied by it. But this practice is to put down that ego, to put down that self, to put down this is a good meditation or a bad meditation. If you have a good meditation, that's a bad meditation. If you have a bad meditation, that's a good meditation. Whatever supports you, whatever encourages you to restart, to refresh, to begin again at this moment, to detach, to unclick the buckles, holding on to whatever kind of experiences that are coming up in your mind at this moment. Okay, so the practice, the forms that we use of, okay, we're coming together, we're practicing meditation for this period of time, it's just a container for us to be intimate and be open-hearted and in community and have some depth to our normal, ordinary experience. But the real practice is this moment by moment, breath by breath, refresh and restart continuously, right, starting right now. Okay? And so when we have that real strong connection to, being a yogi, being a practitioner, being a meditator, it's not that you have those special experiences. It's that you are continuously relying on not your ego, not your attachments, not your judgments of good and bad, but you're continuously relying on coming back to the breath, noticing, knowing, presence, right? Maybe you have to go to the bathroom. Each step, Shiva is there. Next step, Shiva is there. Next step, Buddha is there. Step by step, breath by breath, it's Mount Fuji is erupting. The grocery store is out of food, out of water. You're 40 days and 40 nights in the desert. Step by step, breath by breath, beginning and ending completely. Okay? So, when we have a bad meditation, that's really good. That's really great because we know that what was happening. And we spent this period of time very sincerely and very directly experiencing what was happening. And then when we look back on it, we see, oh, that's what I was doing. I was experiencing what was happening. And how was I doing that? By practicing the meditation method. Okay, by refreshing, restarting moment by moment, breath by breath. So try to practice like that. And a bad meditation is a great meditation if you show up and do it, and you aren't coming out on the other end totally tripped out. That's the only kind of place where we can say, okay, that was not a good idea. Then in some sense you could say you weren't practicing Buddhist meditation. You got into this kind of tangle, and you got into this practice that was destabilizing you and exciting you and confusing you, and you stayed with it. You can get into some trouble with that. But if you are simply aware of your mind and your body and the habits of your mind, then that's great. And sometimes it's very difficult to be aware of that, but it's good. It's great. So just beginning again at this moment. Okay, and we play it by ear. We'll take the Kuan Yin approach. We'll take the Avalovikiteshvara approach. Avalovikiteshvara is the bodhisattva that become enlightened by hearing sound. Okay, so we take that approach. We play it by ear, moment by moment, sound by sound, breath by breath. Restart, refresh, simple, ordinary, kind, gentle. Continue on the path. Just breathing and being aware at this moment. Okay, my friend? Anything else? Okay. Thank you, Avidia. Thank you for your practice. Yeah. All right. Anyone else to share something or ask a question? Okay. So we will end with a poem. Okay. This is a poem from, it's just the one I have on hand from this ancient poet from the year 1200 and the 1270s in ancient China, medieval China. And he was a Zen monk, a Chan monk, and he was a hermit. He lived in this mountain, okay, for many years, and he wrote poetry about living on the mountain and the heart, the Zen mind, the Chan mind, okay. And if you've been around for a while, you've certainly heard me read some of his poems before, but I'll just offer this one, and then we'll bow to each other and we'll finish, okay? Parched Wheat and pine pollen make a fine meal. Vine flowers and salted bamboo make a tasty dish. When I'm exhausted, I think of nothing else. Let others become Buddhas or immortals. Just this normal, ordinary mind is the way. Thank you all for joining this group meditation, and see you all again soon. Reminder that tomorrow will be a talk with a German nun, a German bhikkhuni in the Chinese Zen tradition, and she will be coming, and we'll probably have that meeting through Zoom, and she's going to talk to us about what is Zen, what is Chan, and it's going to be a really, really wonderful opportunity to hear from a great teacher. Okay, and that'll be tomorrow at our second usual time, or the day after tomorrow. Check the schedule, you'll see. Okay, all right, take care, everyone. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Bhante. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Tomorrow or the day after?
Probably the day after. I'm not sure.